I'm not last push. I'm just putting you on my big screen so that I can see what you're saying. We've had a busy morning this morning. We've been. Oh, that's loud. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Out of contract on Superfast Fibre. Double your speed and save on that.
Shh. We've had a busy morning this morning. We've been out at our recruitment event in Cleveland. So we were late coming back from that. We're always late.
Late for dinner.
Late for my dinner. So we were in trouble because I'd left it all ready for T-Boy to just cook. And now I'm late for Brew at 2. So apologies, everybody. Apologies. So I'm here now. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year to all you lovely, lovely bats. Craig's made it on time, but I'm late. It's freezing in here. We've had the heating on since quite early this morning, and I think it's still cold in here, but it might just be me. Let's consult the thermometer, shall we? Oh, it's positively tropical. It's 19 degrees, I reckon. According to that, I think that's about 19. Might be 18. Certainly don't feel like 20, put it that way. So, we're back. It's January 2023. So we start a whole new year opening in front of us, like the pages of a book, like the pages of this book even. There you go, look, brand new diary with nothing written in it, all ready to be filled. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year. Let's just hope that this year is completely uneventful, except for anything to do with cake, parties, laughing, and anything nice. We don't want anything nasty for anybody, so we want a nice year. So I've got my Brew at 2 cup. I'm just warming my hands on it, as you can see. If you want a cup, if you haven't got one yet, the link to get one is in the description underneath the video. And without any more ado, we shall begin. It's a good job I write everything down, isn't it? Because you can see I'm looking blank already. Looking blank. Richard's with us. Richard was with us this morning at the recruitment thing. So he's volunteered to help with the car show, which is back. But I'll tell you all about that later on. So we don't have any new Brew at tours this week. We don't have any new bats to add to our bat map. I've got the scam tally out. I've drawn a line. I've drawn a line in the sand. Move me up and then you can see it. I've drawn a line in the sand here for 2022. So we've got that much. We've got that much left to fill up. And I've got one or two other ideas. Fiona wants to know where Kevin is. He's in the kitchen washing the pots because we were late coming in. So it's all a bit of a rush and a bit cold. It's very cold, isn't it? They said on the news yesterday on the weather that it was going to be mild, and I'm not mild yet.
It's not mild,
I'm not mild yet. I can say I'm not. So you might remember that the week before Christmas, T-Boy made a new Brew at 2 poster for the wall. Don't forget to make sure that you've joined the Brew at 2 Facebook group if you're not already in it. It's where we share all our tittle-tattle jokes, funny moments and photographs. So you might know that if you're already in the Brew at 2 Facebook group, that yesterday afternoon it was a beautiful bright sunny day, none of this grey muck. Lovely it was. It was lovely, absolutely beautiful. Cold but very sunny. So we trolleyed off to Blackpool. So as we were going through the Hounshill shopping centre, I pointed the new cafe out to the T-Boys, and at which point T-Boy in training said, "Oh, muffin break, it's Muffin's shop," because we've got Muffin with us. So we tried to take a photograph in the doorway of Muffin break. So on one photograph, my dad's looking that way. On the next photograph, Kevin's looking that way. On the third photograph, Muffin's looking that way. So I think between 3 pictures, we managed to get one where all 3 of them were looking in the same direction. Thank you also as well for all your Christmas wishes and the jokes that you've posted as well in the last couple of weeks. We get some corker in there, we do. We've got Jane in the Isle of Man. I'll wave to you, Jane. Ooh, can you see me? If you can, there's something wrong with your eyes. And I also as well got some Christmas cards after the last show. So the ones that you sent to us here, the address for Rabbit Towers is in the Brew at 2 Facebook group if anybody wants it. And after the last show, I got 1 or 2 more Christmas cards that had been delayed by the post strike. So they're on our cupboard in our living room with the other ones waiting to come down on 12th night. I haven't yet managed to get the ones from Chris Higgett. He's never. I've been and tried, but he's not been around when I've been there. So my timing, as usual, has been awful. But I'll have them to look forward to. It'll be something to look forward to later on in the year. And we also got some other posts as well because you might remember that T-Boy in Training went on the Star Flyer just before Christmas, much to his chagrin. Posted that Pete's the Tappy Days. He goes to Vegas on Wednesday. Wednesday as in tomorrow, Chris. Say hello, T-Boy.
Happy New Year, everyone, and hope it's a good one.
We're not having any bad ones, are we?
No, they've been excluded.
We're not having any bad ones.
No.
Next week. Well, I was going to go to
Be back in a
Blackpool,
minute.
so I might see if I can manage to. Catch him. I went to see James as well. I went all over the place looking for him, and I couldn't flush him out. Oh, Chris is going tomorrow, so that's it. Then I'll have to have my post at a later date. But it'll be something nice to look forward to nonetheless. So yes, T-Boy in Training went on the Star Flyer just before Christmas. Much against his better judgment. I don't think he'll be going on it again. And the lovely Calder Dale said that when I went on it, he would give me £100. Well, I'm not that daft. £100 for the Cleveland Town Centre charity. Are you with us yet, Calder Dale? Are you there? Because he did. I didn't expect him to, but he did actually send a cheque for £50 for Kevin going on it. So here we have the Reverend Kevin Littlewood. Kevin thought when he picked this up off the doormat that it was something to do with being religious. And I said, no, revered, I think he means, Reverend. So he sent a card, which I thought was quite funny. And it says, don't wave that empty sack at me. I know you've been down the pub. There you go, look. There's a name check for you, Linda. You need to watch later. And it says, I really like crap Christmas cards. Father Christmas reminded me of you in your Cleveland's appearance. Can't think who the lady reminds me of. Any ideas? I think you cheeky Goldale. Enclosed is your Starflyer reward. Well done, Kevin, and subsidiary rabbits from Alan in the Cotswolds. There you go. So there you go. That's mine. And here's Alan's check. Let's put my fingers over all the numbers. At the bottom. There you go. Look. Isn't that kind of him? And there were another 2 donations as well. There was Aldo and Rona both made coffee donations. So we've got £70 £70. Where's my drum roll? £70 for Care for Cleveland. 20, 40, 60. If I've added it up right, there you go. For Care for Cleveland, I think he's done exceptionally well, which did actually set me off thinking, now then, I wonder what other fundraisers he could do next year. Put your comments underneath the video while he's not here. That could be very entertaining, couldn't it? I thought I could do a sponsored silence. It'd be fun trying to get me to be silent, wouldn't it? I might manage 10 minutes. So it seems a very long time since Christmas. A very, very long time. It's raining, listen. So I hope you've all had a nice Christmas. We've had a lovely Christmas. We've done absolutely nothing over the Christmas break itself. So on the Thursday before Christmas, we went to the Panto at the Grand Theatre. Well, I can only say it's the first time that we've been together as a group. And it's also the first time that most of us have been to Panto for a long time. And it was absolutely fabulous. Really, really enjoyed it. We were sat transfixed watching it. Nearly killed ourselves laughing at the jokes. And all in all, I had a really good afternoon out. It was really, really funny. And that was before we got back in the car and tried to fasten the seat belts. Because, well, that was another pantomime all in itself. Was it not, Brenda? Was it not? All I can say is we've got Brenda and Keith and Kevin on the back seat of the car. And it's just a shame I've not filmed it because it was just so funny. So funny. So on Christmas Day, we had a Chinese meal in a box from Sainsbury's, which was lovely, I have to say. Can't remember what was in it, but it was very nice. Oh, no. I'm telling a lie. We didn't have a box. We got individual meals. We had a chip shop curry, lemon chicken, and a sweet and sour chicken, and some vegetable spring rolls. Very, very nice it was. Poor Joanne was in hospital just before and after New Year. Oh, are you all right now, Joanne? I hope you're all right now. It's crap being in hospital at Christmas, isn't it? I kept saying I'm glad it's not this time last year, because that's where I was with Chrissy. No fun at all. Boxing Day, we had what I call flat gammon, the circles, cooked with all the trimmings. It looked quite Boxing Day-ish, it did. And then from there onwards, we did nothing. We've watched the television. We've watched a lot of television, mostly off the playlist, not the rubbish that's been on the television, because that were awful. I've been doing my colouring. I've been doing nothing. I've been doing jigsaws on my iPad. I've had my feet up. I've really enjoyed it. In fact, I said to T-Boy in training yesterday, I don't think I want to go back to work. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you ever so much. Julie's just made a Superchat donation, which is very kind of you. Thank you ever so much. So then I also as well discovered Aldi Baileys, look-alike Baileys. I've kept really fancying some Baileys. And I don't know whether you've seen them, but the Baileys bottles are like that big. They're massive. What concerned me more than anything was the amount of calories. Oh, goodness. Joanne thought she'd had a stroke, but she's got vertigo. I'm so pleased about that, Joanne. So pleased about that. And then we went to Aldi. We went to Aldi and I discovered a small bottle of Irish cream, and I said, that's Baileys. So we bought one. So we'd already drunk quite a bit of it in hot chocolate, which was very nice. Very nice it was. And then yesterday we had some Christmas cake after our tea, and I said to Kevin, what about some Baileys and Christmas cake? So we had neat Baileys as opposed to in hot chocolate, and it was like paint stripper. So the moral of the story is, if you want to put it into something else, coffee, chocolate, something like that, fine. Cheap stuff does not taste like Baileys when drunk neat. Which leads me on to this week and what we've been doing this morning. I'm going to have done this by the time Brains comes upstairs. In fact, to tell you what, we'll have an intermission for a joke, shall we? Let me finish my tea, it's nearly cold. I don't know what I'm going to do about videos this week. Yes, there's 98 people watching and there's only 35 likes, so I'll get tinging that ting button. Oh, I think my nose is running. I don't know what I'm going to do about videos this week, because this is set to continue for the best part of a fortnight. So it's going to rain on and off. It's going to be windy, grey, horrible, rotten weather. I'm all out of videos. I haven't got any left. So I'm wondering what I can make in here without needing to go out. I've not got my present yet, Joanne. You sent me a Christmas present in September. I got that one. That was lovely. That was very nice. I'll go and see Pete. What was I saying then? Yes, videos. I keep wondering whether I can rig a kind of a studio up in here, whether or not I've got space. I've had to tidy up over the Christmas holidays. I chuck stacks of stuff away. I've been doing that. I've been dusting. I've been wiping. I've got rid of all the potatoes that were growing in all the corners. So I've had a good tidy up. So all this cupboard that you can't see behind you is all tidy. I've made it, well, not that you'd know, but I've made a little bit of space on my desk. I've tidied the back cupboard out. That's all tidy. I've had a tidy up over here. Look, this is some stuff for somebody to take to a meeting on this table. That one. But the table, let me move the back bag. The table is a lot tidier than it was. So I've got shut a loads of stuff. I've been chucking away like it's been going out of fashion. Chucking away, I have. So I'm wondering whether I can find space for a studio, because it doesn't look very professional, does it, when I'm sat here making a video? Apart from obviously Brew at 2, which is quite different. If I were to be sat here making a video about, I don't know, old Blackpool postcards, and I'm sat in the middle of this mess. Duncan sent a Christmas present as well. I think I must be the only person that Chris has not made an effort to get in touch with. You're not saying it's cold then, Kevin?
I've been up Starflyer again. I've just come down.
You're not trying to say it's cold?
It's a bit windy up there.
But I know what that is.
It's still frozen.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's round your neck.
It's part of my neck.
There's been a coat hanger on the worktop in the kitchen, and I thought that's why it's cold underneath this scarf.
Oh, you've ruined illusion now. You've ruined illusion.
You're quite effective.
There you go.
But you've got your hat blowing one way and your scarf blowing the other way, so I think we've got him on a technicality there, haven't we? You need to think about these things, Kevin, if you're going to rig jokes up.
There's no room in the office to swing there.
You've got to think about these things.
It's round my neck about 3 times if you want to pull it.
Yeah. I told them about your collection from the Starflyer.
Yes.
About your pennies. All your pennies that you raised for
yes,
Cleveland's.
I deposited £2 plus the £6 fee and got a £69 return on it.
Yeah, just to be clear, this is not for Kevin. This is for the Cleveland Town Centre.
Ain't it?
No, it's not for you.
Oh.
This is for the Cleveland Town Centre fund.
Fun.
Yes, we have a fund.
Anyway, Happy New
Not
Year,
a
everybody.
fund.
Happy New Year, Elaine, because she'll be waving back now at camera, thinking I can see her. Elaine Smith.
And I was just going to tell them the story of the flower pot. If you want to pull a chair up and join me.
Oh my goodness, that was hilarious.
I'll move that, then you've not got a thing in front of your face. So,
Can I just say,
are you sitting comfortably?
this is proof that stupid is contagious.
Got it off him. So,
Just let me do my hair first.
you
It's
haven't
not,
got any.
it'll not take long.
You haven't got any.
It'll not take long. There you go, done.
So you might remember, if you saw the video when I was making soda bread,
This is,
that I got
pay attention, this is funny. This is
that I
funny.
got a natty pink pot for my flour, Exhibit A, which I had purchased in Home Bargains. So I got a few, because you might remember, if you're a regular back viewer, a few weeks before that, me telling you that I'd got things walking about in my flour.
Protein.
Protein. So I got this really rather nice pink thing. So yesterday we had a homemade, scratch-made meat and potato pie at lunchtime.
Can I just demonstrate the mechanism?
Yes.
Or do you want to demonstrate
I'll
the mechanism?
demonstrate the mechanism. So
Tell them how it's supposed to work.
all you do is you do that and the lid comes off. So then you pop the lid back on and then clip
Push
it
down.
like that. That's it. So yesterday I went into the cupboard to get this out to make the pastry for the meat and potato pie. And I lifted it up like that. I got my finger inside the lid.
Because you always lift things up like this
And I
with
got
the
my,
lid, don't
I
you?
got my thumb on the outside of the box like that, so that between my fingers and my thumb, it was making a fairly good seal. And I dropped it on the kitchen floor.
Flour everywhere, and I was nowhere in sight to be blamed at this point.
There was probably about that much flour ended up on the floor, in a line in between the cupboard and the worktop where I was working. You might be able to see that there is a huge, great, big, ugly crack down the full length of the pot. And if you've got really good vision, you might be able to see that I've taped it up with sellotape. That's a temporary measure, you understand. So I've rescued the situation for long enough to put the lid back on and pop it back into
Hang on
the
a
cupboard.
minute, you rescued the situation.
No, I rescued the pot.
She came to find me and said I've spilt flour.
I didn't. I went.
You
He
did.
was doing something in the front room, and I said to him,
Domestic.
"Can I have the Hoover, please?" He said, "Why?" I said, "I've had a little bit of a snowstorm." So of course he had to come and have a look and see what was happening, and went all, "I'll do it. I'll do it,"
I wanted it doing properly.
and hoovered the flour up. So that was that. I made him his meat and potato pie because obviously I've made it for Kevin because Kevin likes meat and potato pie.
And at this point, I asked how he'd lifted the flour, and you said with the lid.
Yes, but I didn't
And
mean
then-
that lid.
And then,
I didn't mean that lid. I meant the lid,
And
like
then you-
that.
is there anybody listening to this, or are we just having a domestic? And at this point, he says to me, "Oh, I'll remember not to do that again."
Anyway,
Remember that.
well,
Remember that.
while we were in Blackpool,
Oh, how stupid have I been? I won't do that
while
again.
we were in Blackpool, I said, "Well, just pop in Poundland." I said, because I'm sure I've seen these in Poundland just before Christmas. Well, Poundland is, completely rearranged, half empty because we've got stock missing. So I said, right, we'll pop in B&M while we're here. So we walked along the front through all the lovely Blackpool Christmas stuff, and then up Church Street to B&M, and went in the shop. And we didn't think they'd got any at first, which was a bit of a concern, wasn't it? And then we
Except-
found the shelf with them on, so they've got
She
grey
was-
ones
No, hang on a minute.
and a white
Hang
one.
on a minute. You were going up and down every aisle, and I looked at Me, I looked at the signs above and it said kitchenware. I thought, oh, it's going to be there. So I pointed this out to her, and she still went down 8 other aisles before she came to the one that I said.
So they've got grey ones and one white one. So
And where were they, Jane?
on the shelf.
Kitchenware.
Right down at the other end of the shop. So I picked the white one up and said, is this right? Is this right? Should it be?
How did you pick it up?
I don't know whether you can see. I don't know whether you can see under here, but where it seals is not straight. I said, is that right? Should it be like that? Picked it up the same way that I picked mine up. And lo and behold, it went bang
She dropped it.
on the floor. In B&M and broke.
So, whatever you do, don't go in being
So- Being a good husband, I ran and left her to it to pick up all the pieces and put it back on shelf.
So I got a grey one.
I didn't like looks at white one; it was broken. Oh, I'll not do that again. I won't be so stupid again until I get to B&M.
So I said, that's a good story for Brew at 2, is it not? So we came out of the shop laughing all over our faces to find T-Boy who was sat on the bench outside with Muffin, looking at us as if to say, aye, here we go again. So there you go. If you do happen to buy any of these pots, they come in all kinds of different sizes. You need to be careful. Don't drop them on the floor.
And don't buy them from B&M.
And if there's anybody watching from B&M, obviously this is just a tall story. It didn't really happen.
B&M have made plenty of money out of us over years.
Not in containers.
So that was that. So anyway, this morning, which is why we were all late today, we've been at the Dickens pub in Cleveley's, which is the one next to the bus station, and we've been doing a recruitment morning, looking high, low, everywhere and everywhere we can find for volunteers to help out next year. So I haven't even managed to look yet.
This year.
So yeah, this year I've got a little. Oh, I've got quite a few actually. I've got a little wodge of volunteer papers here from people who want to join in. So that's fab. So we'll be doing all kinds of stuff. I'll keep you posted.
Does that mean less work for me?
No.
Oh.
It means collectively we will do more between us. It doesn't mean you will do any less.
Oh, this is a bit like automation in factories, isn't it?
Yes. You just increase
you
your
more in.
productivity.
Yes.
Yes. Next Monday morning was supposed to be beach cleaning, but looking at the weather forecast, I'm not sure that we'll actually be doing much beach cleaning. Do you think?
Umbrellas, pickers, and no.
No.
It's not.
So shall we have a look at Linda's Christmas present? Are you still with us, Linda?
She's going to sleep.
Are you still with us, Linda? She said she was going to watch it on catch up, but I don't know
Ouija
whether
board.
she's still.
Linda, are
Whether
you
she's
with us?
watching me. Whether she's watching me.
Oh.
Only me says, news just in, visit FYLDE COAST owners banned from B&M.
It were her. It were him. It were her. Just one of us.
So, I don't think Linda's still with us, but she'll be watching it on catch up later tonight because Linda sent us, well, she sent us 2 Christmas presents actually. One turned up in a cardboard box
3?
from,
Did I get some? Oh, handkerchiefs, wasn't it?
No, that was from Peggy.
Sorry, Penny.
Peggy!
Peggy.
Have you got some work?
Somebody somewhere bought me some handkerchiefs. Thank you. And I've just discovered it weren't Penny. And it weren't Linda.
Look at his face, it's going redder and redder and redder.
I could do stupid, but don't you find public stupid more embarrassing? Because you can't take it back when it's live.
Peggy very kindly sent T-Boy and T-Boy in Training some handkerchiefs for Christmas, which was a very useful present. Because if you saw the number of hankies that this one goes through, you'd know why. Linda sent us 2 gifts at Christmas. She sent us the first one in a box direct from Cornwall. At which point I thought this is either a Cornish pasty or a cream tea. It was a cream tea and it was absolutely delicious, I have to say. And Linda sent us straight from her own fair hands something else. This deserves a drum roll. She said, and I quote, I saw this and I thought of you. So
Do you read them before or after use?
I opened the parcel. And
Oh, they don't know what it is yet, do they?
I've just shown them.
Oh, sorry.
Keep up. I opened the parcel, I cracked out laughing, and I thought, how absolutely apt. So I said to her, I'll not open the box, I'll save it until, see what I mean about anchors, until Brew at 2. So
I was being polite and going off screen
You
to do
didn't
it.
though, Kevin, you were stood at the side of me. So we'll open it and we'll have a look. Ooh. Now then, are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, there's jokes all the way around it. What do you get when you cross an archer with a gift wrapper?
No.
Ribbon hood.
Oh.
How much did Santa pay for his sleigh?
Go on.
Nothing, it was on the house. What do you get when you combine a Christmas tree with an iPad? A pineapple. Pine. Apple.
Oh. Other brands are available.
What's red and white and gives presents to good little fish on Christmas? Santa Claus. Where does a snowman keep his money? In a snowbank.
Snowbank.
It's clever that, isn't it? Isn't it good? There you go. It's too nice to use. It's too nice to use. We'll have to do that with the. I'm going to devise something funny with toilet rolls for this year. For Brew at 2.
If you go to Kazi with that in a newspaper, you'll never quite out, will you?
You won't, yeah.
Can I use it?
No.
No.
I'm going to devise something funny with toilet rolls for Brew at 2 this year. So I have not quite made my mind up what yet, and to be honest, I haven't really had time because in between watching the telly, and eating, I've not really.
So
I've
that
not really
rather-
felt very inspired.
So rather than you saying, I've had an idea, you've not really had an idea.
I've had an
at all.
idea. Yeah, I've had an idea,
Right.
but I need
But
some.
you don't know what it is.
I need some collaboration from the chief jester before we can actually deliver it.
Who's that?
Well, I wonder who that is.
No, I made a New Year's resolution.
What's that then?
Not to be stupid for 20. Broke it already, haven't I? Peggy, Penny, Linda.
I think that one's already gone out the window. That's already gone out the window. So, shall we have some jokes?
Oh, yeah, go on then.
We'll start with the ones out of the joke book and we'll move on to toilet jokes for June. I thought these were quite funny. We've got some jokes about cannibals.
You ought to let me read these before you go on air and then I can laugh and
Yeah, but-
look as if I've got it.
Did you hear the one about the cannibal who passed his mother-in-law in the woods?
Oh, that's a toilet joke. It's in wrong book, that one. Oh,
One cannibal says to another, I don't like my mother-in-law. Well, says his friend, just eat the chips. One cannibal says to another, what's for dinner? Shut up, says his friend, and get back in the oven.
Got it.
Sick.
That's
And
like
you must know.
That's a bit like I'm having my friends for dinner.
You must know the answer to this one, Kevin. Two cannibals are eating a clown. One says to the other, does this taste funny to you?
Oh,
You must have heard that one before, surely.
no.
Oh, Anne Jones's Dalmatian had 4 puppies on Christmas Day.
Oh.
Oh, Anne, are you in the Brew at 2 Facebook group? Because if you are, I think we'd all love to see a picture of your
Yeah.
puppies. I
Yeah.
think you need to take a photo.
That
and
is a
put them
cracking
online.
Christmas, that, isn't it?
Ain't it? That's lovely. Anyway, back to the cannibals. Did you hear about the cannibal who went on a self-catering holiday? He had to eat himself. 2 cannibals are having dinner. One says to the other, your wife makes great soup. Yes, said the other, but I'm still going to miss her. Did you hear about the cannibal who tried to commit suicide?
No.
Got himself into a right stew.
Oh. Groan.
And this is a good one. This is a good one to end on. Are you ready? 2 lady cannibals are talking to one another. And one says to the other, I don't know what to make of my husband these days. And the other one says, what about a curry? Small things, please, small minds.
Easily amused.
Speaking of shit jokes.
Yes, exactly. So we'll bring the tone back down to something a little more serious for 2 minutes, and we'll talk about scams.
I thought you were doing toilets.
Now we're going to do scams, and then we're going to do toilets.
Sorry.
So over the Christmas period, I don't know whether you've noticed, but quite a lot of scams have been floating about on internet. Apparently there's a lot of, and I've been collating these over the last 2 weeks since we last met. Apparently there's a lot of money mule requests going round where you can unwittingly allow a criminal to use your bank account to move stolen money, often after they say that they've sent funds in error. Can we just clear this up for once and for all? If anybody sends me any funds in error, they're mine.
What was that me for?
What were you laughing at there?
I haven't got any money to send you.
And apparently card theft is a big thing at the moment. So you need to keep a close eye on your balances and payments and use cash machines inside bank branches. Oh, were you trying to steal my card then?
Yeah, do you get it? Or you can give me your card, your PIN number, and I'll do it for you.
Yeah, you could do that. Watch out for fake apps. And always read reviews before downloading to make sure that they're legitimate. And Facebook's a pearler for that one, because the things that they try to get you to click on, all these quizzes and what colour is your eye colour tells you this about your personality. It's just a way of collecting information. It's just a way of collecting information. And energy scams, Crispy reminds me. Spoof calls or texts. Be suspicious when asked to press a number on a phone keypad or follow a link in a text message. Just don't. Just don't. And online purchase scams. So if you see anything that is spelled incorrectly,
Spelled.
and there's no
Is
contact.
it spelled or spelt?
Well, spelled's weird, isn't it?
No. So.
Spelled. Is it spelt or spelled?
Is it
people?
spelled or spelt?
Is it S-P-E-L-T?
I don't need to pick up on her English.
Or S-P-E-L-L-E-D?
I think it's spelled.
I think it's spelled.
Spelled.
You decide.
Thanks, Henry.
But in a nutshell, if Joanne says spelt, if you see anything online, on a text, on an email, on a website, on Facebook, anywhere that looks slightly not right, don't touch it with a barge pole. Just stick to things that you know, and stick to shops and things like that that you know as well. So just, if somebody weird turned up at your front door and tried to sell you dusters, you'd tell them to get lost, wouldn't you? Can you remember in the olden days when they used to turn up at the door with suitcases and things, and they were selling dusters and pegs and all kinds of random weird stuff, and you just said no, do the same thing.
I could come round knocking at yours selling you Tupperware, couldn't I?
No, I've got plenty of my own Tupperware.
Oh dear, I've dropped it.
Oh, it's spelt apparently. Spelt
Whoop, whoop.
S-P-E-L-T. So
Whoop,
Kevin,
whoop, whoop,
I was
drum
right.
roll and fanfare.
whoop. And T-Boy was right. And T-Boy was right.
Is somebody taking minutes? Can you minute this, please? Kevin was right.
And Derek.
And T-Boy.
When you see this later on catch up, this bit will be missing. Edited
No,
out.
it won't. No,
Won't
it
it?
won't. Analdo says, somebody weird, why did I point at Kevin?
I wonder why.
Couldn't possibly guess. Aldo, couldn't possibly guess.
Oh, did you tell them when I went to pantomime and we were staring at little girls? They had lovely frocks on.
If anybody tells you that your little girl's got a lovely frock on,
You don't need to collect evidence on me. It's all online.
beware.
No, looks.
No, Emma
did look cute.
is sat on. He's sat on my little stool. Just stand up and show him what he's sat on.
She uses this frequently on me.
Yeah, we've had this stool a very, very long time. And it's handy just for perching your backside for 2 minutes.
I do believe on one of the videos you'll see me falling off it.
I was
'cause
just
it's
going to say, but you've
only-
got to be very careful on it because it's very unstable. Bit like you. It's very easy to knock it over or fall off it.
Sometimes on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to be careful standing on it as well because that's treacherous. Right, shall we go back to the toilet jokes now?
Oh, let's.
Let's. Are you ready, June? Are you ready?
So in summary,
In
no
summary.
scams, don't click, no nothing.
Yes,
In
exactly.
summary.
In summary, it's not very summary today.
Getting good at this, aren't I?
Are you ready?
You know when you read them, you've got to read them out loud.
A pirate is sitting in a bar. He has a wooden leg, a hook for one hand and a patch over one eye. Another man starts a conversation with him. I'm curious, how did you come to lose your leg? Arr, says the pirate, I got keelhauled for treason. My leg was hanging off by the end, so it had to go. That's awful, says the man, and you've only got one hand too. That's right, says the pirate. I had gangrene in it after I came off worse in a sword fight. The captain cut it off for me. Wow, that's terrible, the man says. So how did you lose your eye? A seagull shit in it, says the captain. Says the pirate. A seagull, says the man surprised. I didn't know seagull pool was that dangerous. Well, it ain't really, but it was my first day with the hook, you see.
Tell you something I didn't know. I didn't know they had pirates in Birmingham. I were going around this spaghetti junction in Birmingham,
More like Coleman.
I don't think
and I got my hook stuck in the wheel. I spent all day on that roundabout.
I don't think it were a Birmingham accent, Kevin. You were more West Country.
Mine,
No, mine.
definitely Birmingham.
Oh, dear
In
me.
fact, I'm still there, going round and round.
One day, I'm here walks past his colleague Tim and is met with a full-on view of him pooing. "Come on, Tim, that's disgusting," he says. "But I really like doing it with the door wide open," explains Tim. "I get that, but you shouldn't be doing it in the car at all." I'm easily pleased, aren't I? When I went through this earlier, I sat chortling to myself. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh,
Yeah,
if it-
Bristol, that's it, Aldo. What happens if you eat 10 cans of alphabet spaghetti?
Go on.
You'll get an enormous vowel movement. What did one toilet say to the other toilet?
Don't know.
Flushed a little, no.
You look flushed.
Oh!
Nearly, he's improving, isn't he? Well, you must know this one. What do you get if you cross a bear with a toilet?
Don't know.
Pooh Bear. 2 a trot.
Round of applause, Kevin.
Actually, you shouldn't mention trots when you're talking toilets, should you?
And finally, what did Mr. Spock find in the loo?
Klingon.
The captain's log. Anyway, while we were being incredibly childish, I did notice that on the way past in the comments, Julie Bilson asked, what was new in Blackpool this year? Well, what's new in Blackpool this year? Lots.
Wow.
Lots is new in Blackpool this year. The cinema is supposed to be opening in summer. Wilkinson's is supposed to be opening in spring. The tramway is supposed to be opening in May time. Holiday Inn in summer. The Golden Mile Amusements move to Woolworths looks not far off finished. So I'm hoping that they're going to do some kind of a launch event, because it'll be nice to go and have a look in there. It looks really good what they've done. What else is happening? What else is happening?
Car park.
Yes, the car park, the multi-storey car park is supposed to be opening in summer. Bonny Street Market is disappearing. Jenny is blowing his nose like that all day long.
That rings a bell.
You got some work to do.
So there's stuff happening left, right, and centre. So the really exciting stuff, the central car park, and the attractiony stuff is yet to go to be I can just see what's going to happen with this afternoon. Can I do a hamburger and hot dog episode? I'm not a big hamburger fan, Marcus. Perhaps Kevin could.
I could do a hamburger and hot dog episode up the Starflyer. I nearly came up and said air fryer earlier.
Oh, right, you've been for a ride on the air fryer.
Yeah.
Perhaps one day next year we'll do some.
This year.
Yeah, this year.
This year.
One day this year we'll do some food reviews with him eating.
I eat anything.
He'll yeah, with him eating things that I wouldn't want to. That could be quite entertaining, couldn't it?
If it's food, I will eat it.
That could be quite entertaining. So, is there anything else that you would like to say this afternoon?
No, but you did say, oh, you've earned £69 from going up Starflyer. Where can I send you next?
I did. Well, I did that while you weren't here.
Oh.
I asked them if they'd got any ideas. Somebody suggested abseiling off the tower. Pastrami and egg salad.
I'll eat one of them for money.
Crispy says, did we get a clear winner for the fish and chips? Well, last year's winner was definitely Yorkshire Fisheries. But I'm going to do a rerun of most of where I've already been, because I wasn't satisfied with the quality of my filmmaking, so we'll have another bash at another bash at
It's
it.
easy for you to say, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, is that it?
Sounds like it.
Birthdays. Are you ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
Take your glasses off.
Certainly.
There you go.
Okay.
My jester is now suitably attired. So, we start off with some apologies because
I can see nothing.
we missed a week last week, and on the last episode just before Christmas I forgot the birthdays.
You did, and you had to apologise.
I did, so I apologised and I wished all these people happy birthday in our Brew at 2 Facebook group. And I said I would
That's better.
apologise on air. So apologies to James Simpkin and Stephen Orme, who both share a birthday on the 23rd of December.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
It does
John.
look like
and
it does look
Owen.
like Elton John, doesn't it? James and Stephen.
Like James and Stephen, happy birthday.
26th of December, otherwise known as Boxing Day, was Andy Beach.
Oh,
And
get
I
well
be-
soon,
and I be-
Andy.
And I believe Andy is not feeling right well at the moment
He's
either.
not.
So
No, he's not taking
Get
well
well
to
soon.
toilet jokes at the moment,
No,
is he?
no.
Someone to hear toilet jokes.
31st of December was Martin Downs. So happy birthday,
Happy
Martin.
birthday, Martin.
And then coming up next week, have we got Carol Hodgson in the house? I'd be very surprised if she's not watching.
Come in,
I'd
Carol
be
Hodgson.
very
Your
surprised
time
if
is
she's
up.
not watching, because today, the 3rd of January 2023, is Carol's birthday. So happy birthday. Happy birthday to Carol.
Brussels sprouts. What's that one? Sorry.
Brussels sprouts. Telling Brussels sprouts. June. Oh, right. June had to answer the door to a salesman asking where she gets her gas from. So Aldo says, tell him Brussels sprouts. So what about that then? I think that's a good idea.
Excellent idea.
I think that's a good idea. So I think that's it.
Yeah, do you want an Elton John rendition of Candle in the Wind?
Yeah, go on then.
I wasn't going to do it. I was just asking if you want to.
That's a sway, isn't it? Does you one thing and then leaves it on another. I'm feeling a bit underdressed
Oh, absolutely.
at the moment, so I'm going to put my fancy glasses on as well.
Are yours upside down?
No.
Oh, no, they're not.
they're
Oh,
not
rainbows. I see.
Yeah, rainbows go that way, Kevin.
Yeah.
Because blue gets bent best.
Oh, here we go. Science lesson.
That's not right, is it? Anyway, so thank you ever so much for joining us this week, and we will be back
Happy
next
New
week.
Year. Happy New Year.
And we will
Happy
be
New
back
Year.
next week.
We're coming back next week.
Same time, same place.
I'll be there.
Same idiots.
Late as always.
Don't forget to join the Brew at 2 Facebook group.
Like, subscribe,
Like,
watch it to the end. Tell your friends.
yeah, and do all that kind of stuff.
Or
as
tell
well.
them about algorithms, and then they'll fall asleep.
No, we're trying to encourage people to watch, Kevin, not put them off. If anybody's watching this that just happens to have dropped on the end of this video, they must be wondering what the hell we're doing. Anyway, until next week, we will see you all later. So, smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling
too.
and he passed around the corner and someone saw my grin, and when he smiled I realised I passed it on to him.
I missed that bit.
So if you feel a smile begin, Don't leave
pass
it
it
undetected.
undetected.
Let's start an epidemic.
And
Quick.
get the world
I get the world
infected.
infected. I think I
Alright.
did really well there, reading that out with it.
I did rubbish.
With a misguided parrot sat at my shoulder. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.